to cover this a wonderful opportunity in which the community is coming together and making a donation, not only to our first responders, but also to the Elk Grove Food Bank for those volunteers and those clients that come on a daily basis that still have food needs. I think what is important here is that in the city of Elk Grove, in our community, we care about each other and we take care of each other. In the event that there is a shortage of whatever it may be, the community is willing to step up. What I had the opportunity of doing is setting up a provisions response team to COVID-19 in Elk Grove with Vice Mayor Detrick. And we are very fortunate to have the vice chair here today, Kevin Spees. Where is he? He's back there. Wave, Kevin. So Kevin is the vice chair. The chair is Mark Jansen. He is part of the vulnerable group, and so he could not be here today. I think for the ones who are here, they're a little bit less likely to contract anything. So I thank you all for taking the risk and coming out for this opportunity, so that we can show what it means to be an Elk Grovian. What we saw in the community is that our first responders, particularly firefighters, EMS, the men and women that put their lives on the line every day, and they go out there and they give aid to those who need it. And when I heard that there was a lack of personal protection equipment, I stepped up and I brought it to the task force, and I shared with the Elk Grove Task Force in regards to having access and purchasing a number of N95 face masks that could be used to protect the EMS and the firefighters. It just so happened that the university, the medical school, the pharmacy school, California Northstate, also had an opportunity to locate a number of surgical masks, and they also, because their business is pharmacy as well, they partner up with some medical distributor and put together some solutions that can easily be used to sanitize vehicles and the hands of firefighters, EMS workers that are out in the field. So this is just a culminating event in which we came together from different parts of the community, but we wanted to present this to those who need it most, particularly the fire department, the firefighters. I think it sums it all when I shared this with one of the task members, which is we ask the men and women of the fire department to step up and serve. The least that we can do is provide them with the equipment so that they can actually protect themselves. I think this is in the spirit of humankind. This is in the spirit of Elk Grovians, and this is a spirit of what it means for the community to come together to fight this virus that can't even be seen with the naked eye. So, no further ado, I'm going to turn it over to the president of the university, Dr. Yamacho.
Hi, good afternoon. It's my personal pleasure and as well as honor to add to the overall effort from the mayor's office and to donate these necessary protective equipment and supply for the fire department. As you know that we have been partnering with the fire department, the men and women of that department who dedicated their time and then serving the community so well. And it's part of our overall effort to reciprocate and then thank them and appreciate them for day in and day out their effort to protect the community. It is a small way for us to say thank you to them and provide them with the surgical mask, the N95, as well as the alcohol sanitizing solution, so they can use that in the day-to-day operation. So once again, thank you all of you, and it's also an honor for the university to be part of this overall effort in providing the protective supplies and gears for the men and women of the fire department, and as well as the volunteers from the food bank who serve the community and at the same time serve the greater need of humanity. Thank you.
And in this time of an epidemic as we're facing, from a fire service perspective or an emergency response perspective, it doesn't matter how big an earthquake is, how big a tornado is, how big a hurricane is, how big a fire is, how big a volcano is. There's always somebody that's not impacted by that, where we can request mutual aid for people to respond from the outside in to help us to mitigate that. Right now, there is nobody on the outside. This is a worldwide epidemic. The only people that we can look to get help is really looking at each other and supporting each other. How do we be innovative? How do we be creative? How do we lend a hand? And that work just continues. The communities of Elk Grove and Galt continue to just raise the bar and exceed expectations. The men and women with the Cosumnes Fire Department are here to answer the call and take care of each and every person to the greatest extent possible.
Good afternoon, and I want to thank Mayor Lee and Dr. Chung and the university for including us. What an honor to be included with the fire department. All of us at the Elk Grove Food Bank are working, committed to staying open, and it's been a challenge. We've seen a 465% increase in the last 2 weeks. So we're so grateful. Every day our volunteers are asking about masks and sanitation. We're trying to follow all the guidelines, so we're really extremely grateful for being included here today. So, and the community has been so gracious to help out. Everyone's surrounded us, and so we're very grateful for all the support and help we've received in the last couple of weeks. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Lee, for that introduction, and I thank the president of this California Northstate University School of Pharmacy and Medicine, Dr. Chung. Thank you so much. The first thing that's on my mind every day as I go about my sheltered place at home, I think about the firefighters, our first line defenders, and the risk that they face in responding all day, every day, to emergency medical services and the need for fire mitigation. And I'm so happy that we now have this personal protective equipment donated by the university to the Cosumnes Fire Department.
Thank you, Orlando, and that pretty much wraps it up. I do want to remind everyone that you should regularly go on to the city's webpage to get updates on COVID-19. Remember to stay informed, remember to stay healthy, and please stay at home. Thank you very much for coming tonight. All right, so shall we